All right, folks. Oh dear, I'm a bit on the wonk. Don't quite know what to do about that. A bit on the wonk. I'm here at Havant Bados. A bit windy Bados, actually. At the earlier time of 11:29 because it's MOT day, isn't it? Oh, goodness me. It was kind of, today was the best of the worst available dates. Am I back? Ooh. That was my alarm telling me to do a movement snack at 11:30. And when that happens, everything freezes. Pat, have you got me? Am I back? You need one of these. You need a cushion. Let me just close the door. So you may have had a freeze then, because as you may know, you probably haven't remembered, and why should you? I have to set alarms on my phone for every single thing I have going on in the day, otherwise it would all pass me by. Thank you, Pat, and hello to you. Hello, sunny Devon. So I literally have alarms going off on my phone all day to remind me. I normally give myself like a 15-minute heads up. I'm telling you this because my alarm just went off and it was to tell me to be here at the earlier time of 11:30, and we are there already. So I am going to do a 3, 2, 1. I've got my post-its ready to go. Cushion is the accessory of choice today. Cushions, tea towels, all things that we can use to get extra grip and grapple to crowbar in additional moves throughout your day. So without further ado, because after this it's MOT day, please send all of your MOT wishes through the ether to me and the Dalai Lama, which is the affectionate name for my car. I'm not normally a person to give names to things, but it kind of stuck. I was asked for my registration number during my insurance process, and it came out as Dalai Lama over the moon. Anyway, random story. 321 or 629, whatever number you want to count down. Grab yourself a cushion. It's a noonday movement snack at the earlier time of 11:30. I'm a little bit on the wonk, I'm sorry, so hopefully you don't feel too seasick looking at this. Circulation boosting to start. I'm in my mum's dining room, so I've got the table as my fixed firm support. Weight even across both feet. Do you know what? If nothing else, just have a more upright stand. Take a moment. It might be nothing else. You might not be in the mood, or it might not be a good time for a movement snack. Brackets. It's never a bad time for a movement snack. And actually just standing more mindfully and actively out of slump into active, a little bit of pinch and a squeeze, and then a light, steady movement, not too slow. So it should feel a pace that's comfortable for you. So my pace is comfortable for me. Your pace might be a little bit quicker. The slower you go, if you think about it, the greater the balance challenge, because the longer you are on one leg. So this is why we say fluid, steady, comfortable, not fluid like water, just rhythmical and steady. And as you continue with this type of activity, there will be a requirement for extra oxygen to the muscles, so therefore some deeper breaths, crowbar in a little bit more movement around the ankles, feet and toes, and then when you feel ready, add in the arms. So as soon as we've got two things going on at once, we've got an additional coordination challenge. I've got my mum up and down the window doing some gardening. Other arm in as and when you're ready, or you might prefer to take it as separates. If you are taking it as separates, actually your lower half is working considerably to stabilise and provide anchorage. So great value in doing one then t'other, and then bring them together when you're ready. Seated options if you would like. Quickie chair today. Same things apply. If nothing else, come into active sit. Perhaps have a hip walk forward, lift and shift, lift and shift. So much going on just with this weight shift and transfer out of back of chair also. Feet back and down. Then you might want to start your march from the bottom end up with extra feet or steady arms. It might look like arms only, or you might want to support the arms so that you can go through legs, or and, bit of everything, diagonal. Which one feels best for you? They all have value, they all have purpose. It's activating the muscles that hold you upright in sit. You've got this movement around the shoulder, you've got your active positions through the trunk and all of those play a part in boosting the circulation. There you go. Ready? We're going to start with cushion moves, so grab your cushion if you would like. Ideally a cushion that's got a bit of plumpness about it, so it kind of gives back. It's not like a floppy thin one. What we're going to start with, some grip and squeezing, so all of the movements required to securely hold stuff. And ideally we're going to hold stuff close to the body, because this is the better position to hold stuff. But of course, if we need to put stuff in places, we do need to reach it away from the body. So we're going to use the cushion here, a bit of a light squeeze. We're going to do a few squeezes on the grip and a few inward squeezes close to the body. Take a pause. Extra activity, and just kind of go halfway out, and then a grip squeeze and then an inward squeeze, squeezing together. So your hands are coming together and your arms and your elbows. And then out here, squeeze. And you will feel the effort increase as the arms, the object, reach further from the body. Take a pause, have an ease, have a slump if you prefer. That applies in stand. So you might be in stand, balanced positions, slightly wider through the stance, a little bit of knee bend to help with your natural suspension. I'll turn slightly sideways so you can see. So we've got an inward squeeze here, pause and release. Halfway out, an inward squeeze here, pause and release. All the way out if comfortable, squeeze and release. So the hand grip squeeze won't really change, but the effort to squeeze this way is going to feel more effortful the further away from the body it is. All right, so there's some grippage and holding of things. What's that saying? Okay, a change. We're going to put cushion to one side, aiming for buttocks, back of legs. We did some back of thighs, I think, yesterday as well. You might not be close to a table at this point, so have a look. It might be something you do as you pass by a fixed firm support later on. We've got a bit of wrist loading here. So next time you're at a table or in the kitchen, or if you're in sit, could be here on the thighs, or you could replicate it in a pausing knee bend. Here we can, with the table, we can be more specific. Hands flat on the table, bit of knee bend, and then we ease the weight so that the shoulders are coming directly over the wrists. That's it, and then we come back to base and pause. If you consider this type of position on the floor, if you're on your hands and knees, if you have calls to get down there to see what's under the chair or sofa, or perhaps you're coming up from the floor, or bath, bed, etc. So we talk a lot, or have done in the past, about protecting and supporting and strengthening the wrists. And a table is an ideal place to rehearse this. No requirement to go down to the floor, perhaps if you're not ready for that yet. So we can get the hands in position, and you can grade how much load there And we can shift and just shift around a bit here. Look, you can ease the weight forwards and back, and then you might want to bend the other way. Such a valuable, actually, and crucial, almost vital movement to perhaps enjoy throughout your week. Let me show you the seated options on those again. So we're literally trying to get some load through the wrists, and of course in doing that we're managing your own body weight, which essentially is what life requires of us. So here you go, hands are flat, lift and press down, so it's a hinge and you're pushing weight through the wrists and then back to base, and you really might need to feel the need to bend in the other direction. So that's your wrist loading, and also shoulders and trunk. Okay, back on the cushion then. Let's break away from wrists. I'm going to go back on grips. A couple of things we can do here. So you can take your grip of the cushion up one end and then challenge it. So you can have a shift side to side, change hands, change grip. So you're literally challenging your grip, adding momentum and movement, and then take a pause after each one. Wherever you've worked in one direction, just ease into the other, into the opposite, in exactly the same way as we talk about with posture. So if you spend a bit of time flexed and bent, also spend the time lifted and extended. So that's your grip challenge. Okay, one more, folks, if you want it. I'm going to go back to using the table, and I'll give you some seated options also. So we're going to do the wrist load again, but we're going to add some extra buttocks if you want it. So weight even across hands and legs. Let me shift this out of the way. And then down. So you've got your balance across hands and feet. So it's a trunky kind of stability activity for your trunk as well. And you're just going to reach the toe back behind you, have a squeeze, and then come back to base. Squeeze and back to base. So when the leg comes away, you'll be working harder in your trunk to stabilise and fix that position. Keep the foot close to the floor. It's over there and it's back. And you can get some extra squeeze in your buttocks here. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. There, and back to base. In sit, we've done this many times before. You can go for your squeeze and release through your buttocks. And if you're working towards standing activities or feeling more confident to stand, you might have some support to come up into, and then just rehearse a little bit of jockey lift. So more effort through the legs. If you can master that initial movement out of the chair, there's a lot of effort. Most of the effort is in that bit. It gets relatively easier after that. It's just overcoming that biggest angle at the beginning. It's quite often the hardest bit. All right, back to the beginning. We started with grippers, squeezers, holding stuff at varying distances from the body. So we had a squeeze here, halfway, a squeeze in here, and a squeeze in here, and the same in stand if you prefer. Then we had the wrist bone load using the table, all your thighs, weight slightly forwards, back to base, or you could do the same in a pausing knee bend here, or you could do the same pressing down here. Then we did extra grip, holding on to the end, give it a wiggle, give it a wave. You'll have activity all up the arm and shoulder, and actually also in the trunk here. You could use this movement also for a balance challenge if you fancy. So if you fancy an extra challenge, have some support. You can take your single leg stand, have your foot ready to adjust, and then go for the cushion waggle. Lots of changes and shifts of direction there. That option will give you additional balance challenge. And the last one, extra buttocks, using the table again, a stabilising one, so we're just going to ease back, get your balance, shift around, ease back, or your seated buttocks. There you go, that's it. 11:44. Those are your noonday moves at the earlier time. So hello all ye catcher-uppers. I've got to shoot off now to get my car MOT'd. So I'll be working from somewhere. I might have to sit in a well-known fast food restaurant franchise to work while the car's in there. Unless I can find a less windy spot. That's it, folks. Thank you, Pat, for your MOT vibes. I am with you at 4 o'clock from somewhere. Don't quite know how I'm going to do that. It might be a bit later, but I'll keep you posted. So I will see you at some point, any time between 4 and 5. All right, bye for now. Good to see you, Pat and Jenny. Bye for now.